To this Henderson County Board of Education meeting. Today is October 17th, 2016, and I'd like to call this meeting to order. If we could have a moment of silence, please, and since it is coming up on Safe Schools Week, let's all remember our students and our teachers in those schools. Thank you very much. Ms. Jocelyn Sugg, would you stand up and lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, please? Thank you.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, ma'am. Good job. The next on our agenda is the approval of the agenda. Has everyone had a chance to read the agenda over, and we need to approve it with no changes? Is everyone okay with that? Good. I'll look for a motion to approve the agenda. Thank you, Ms. Jennifer. And second? Second. Ms. Tracy. Thank you. All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carried. Agenda approved. Student and staff recognition. Ms. Morgana.
Thank you, Madam Chair, members of the board. We have several students and staff members we would like to recognize tonight, and that is because we have an extraordinary school district, Madam Chair, members of the board. And lots of great things have been happening this past month in the Henderson County Schools. And we are going to start off right away with Jocelyn, the young lady who led us in the pledge. Jocelyn, if you wouldn't mind to come forward. Jocelyn Sugg is a 5th grader from Bengate Elementary. And she was this month's Judge's Scholar, where she went and met the county judge. And I think they probably announced that there was a special day in Henderson County just in your honor. And what was your favorite thing when you were there in court?
I liked learning about the Autumn Park and part of it about the wildlife park.
Wonderful. Congratulations. And you know, they only are able to pick one student in every elementary school every year. So it's a special honor that Ms. Jocelyn Sugg was selected to represent Bengate. And you have a special person I think you brought with you tonight, Jocelyn. Who is this?
That's my mom.
Amy
Amy Johnson.
Amy Johnson, thank you for coming tonight. And we have a special medal that we're going to give to Jocelyn in honor of your leadership in the Henderson County Schools. Thank you so much. And we also would like to say hello to Ms. Harmon, who I saw was here tonight, her principal. We appreciate you picked a fine leader to represent Bengate in Henderson County Schools this month. Congratulations. You're welcome. Thank you. Next, we have another young student, but all the way across the county in an elementary school at Cairo Elementary. Elizabeth Carter, would you come forward, please? Elizabeth, I'm going to actually let her tell you a little bit about her story and the wagon that she is pulling behind her. She's a 3rd grader. 3rd grader, is that right, Elizabeth? At Cairo. Her teacher is here with her tonight, Ms. Tappan Woodstand, and her principal. And when she gets all set up, you will be amazed at what this young lady has done. Elizabeth, I'm going to let you tell us what's in your wagon.
In my wagon are books that my fellow students can trade out. If I wanted a book, I would have to put another book in there.
So kind of like a little mobile library. All right, and whose classroom has it right now?
Miss Cummings' classroom, the other 3rd grade classroom.
The other 3rd grade classroom. Where did you get the idea to create a library in a wagon?
I saw one in North Carolina on vacation one day.
And what is so cool about this is she just didn't see it and really like it. She took it upon herself to use her wagon. I think you had some help getting it painted. And decided to really make this happen for the kids. So, board members, we would like to present to you Elizabeth Carter in recognition of her leadership and entrepreneurship, nonprofit.
I think she had to raise money to get that. Did you have to raise money, Elizabeth? All of your own?
Yes. We have a very special medal to honor you tonight. You're welcome. Fantastic leader for the Henderson County Schools. And will you introduce also who is with you this evening?
My mom, my stepdad, my teacher, and my principal.
Wonderful. Would all of you all like to come up and get a picture, please, with us in the wagon? And I want to, after we get a picture, I'd like to have a picture with Jocelyn's mom also. A few of us brought something very special for you as well. Board members?
We brought you some little books to go in your library.
And we'll let you organize them. I'm sure there's a system here. And board members, would you please join us in the picture as well? You all been a part of this project now. Next on our recognition list is a lady who is not here this evening. She works diligently in our school district, Jamie White. She is a lot of times the driving force behind our what we call PBIS, Positive Behavior Intervention System. Along with Positive Behavior Intervention System, there is a philosophy that goes with that and a tracking system. And it's how in Henderson County Schools we help track our discipline notices, and then they put them into different categories, of course, and qualify, the severity of them. And she has been a tremendous advocate in making sure all of our schools have worked to reduce the amount of classroom discipline that we have. And we are very pleased tonight to share with the community and members of the board that not only do we want to recognize Jamie White, but the Kentucky Center of Instructional Discipline Network has recognized several schools within the Henderson County School with a fidelity sticker to place on their PBIS banner. We received our PBIS banners a couple of years ago, but they watched the data that we've turned in, and they've worked very diligently with us, and we've worked with them. And the sticker signifies that for the 15-16 school years, these schools demonstrated commitment, effort, and persistence to once again achieve fidelity in the implementation of positive behavior interventions and support. If any of these schools are represented tonight with the principal or any staff member, please stand. A.B. Chandler Elementary School, Ben Gate Elementary School, East Heights Elementary School, Henderson County North Middle School, Henderson County South Middle School, Jefferson Elementary, South Heights, and Spotsville. Congratulations. If you Okay, we're going to move to some of our staff members. Now, every staff member we recognize when they receive 5 years of service, 10 years of service, 15 years, 20, 25, and at 27, we recognize our staff members with the watch, 30 years, and we just keep going. So these folks are going to receive an extra certificate tonight because they have given 25 years of service in Emerson County Schools, but along with that, they have also given 25 years working with special needs children. And that is a significant and a special person that continues to work with kids that have special needs, have special, they need special, I don't know, just a special type of care for them to make sure that they achieve. Ms. Guppy, are there any special words you want to say for our teachers?
These ladies are all very special.
Okay. So I would ask that the following folks come forward. We have a certificate for them tonight. Carla Haynes. Very special. Julie Onan. Tammy Sadler. Nancy Swanson. I think she's right. Sure, he just had a name. Linda Stroud. Ladies, we do want to tell you how much we appreciate the work that you and efforts that you give to our students every day, and wanted to make sure that you will recognize this evening. Thank you so much. Two who were nominated then. All right, next we have two more significant recognitions this evening. Both go to our principals who have received awards outside of the Emerson County Schools. The first person I'd ask to come forward is Mr. Rob Carroll. He was recognized at the 48th annual Brad Dinner. This was in Owensboro. He received the Charles Reed Regional Citizenship Award, which recognizes a citizen from the public or private sector. This isn't just in Henderson, this is the whole Brad Green River Area Development Region, who's played a major role in regional development efforts within that particular area. It goes on to talk about all the things about the award, but the one thing that we all know as our very own Mr. Rob Carroll is his passion for kids and his determination, regardless of where the child comes from, the barriers that a child has in front of them, that he is going to make sure that he makes a difference in that kid's life. And that there is nothing that a kid can't do when they walk through the doors at South Heights Elementary. I think that's most important and significant as to probably how and why Brad chose him in the regional area to be the Charles Reed Regional Award. Congratulations, Rob Carroll. Even big kids, that's right. All right, and last we have Mr. Chad Thompson. Come forward, please. He was nominated by Adam Thompson, our music teacher. This was a statewide award that Mr. Thompson received. It is the Administrator of the Year, given out by the Kentucky Music Educators Association. And Mr. Thomas, the music teacher that nominated him, talked about the commitment that Mr. Thompson has for the arts, for the music department, and his the word he used when I went and talked to him was just being very versatile across and throughout the school, Mr. Thompson, and that there wasn't one particular area. So if you went to the high school and visited Mr. Thompson, somebody would say, oh, you know, he's just all about math, or he's just all about science, or he's just all about soccer. He's all about everything at the high school, and especially music. We're very appreciative of him. If you didn't know one story about Mr. Thompson, he left, I think it was a board meeting, it was a function, it was an Henderson County School function, and drove with the band to Washington, D.C. Graduation. I knew it was a function. He left graduation night with the Suburban and a trailer connected, loaded down with band equipment, helped them drive all the way to Washington, D.C., where our band performed, and then again he drove back. So he's relentless in making sure our kids have opportunities across all different areas. And so congratulations for your state award at Kentucky Administrator of the Year, and we want to make sure we acknowledge you here locally as well. Congratulations. Madam Chair, I think that ends our staff and student recognition, but we do have a few more presentations.
The public participation and recognition of guests. The next one is junior achievement.
Junior achievement, yes. Matt Duncan, I think, is going to come up, and Miss Gibson. They have some recognitions.
Hey, I'd like to thank the school board for allowing me to give this presentation tonight. I'm here on behalf of Junior Achievement. I'm the current chair for Junior Achievement here in Henderson County. Tonight, we'd like to highlight the efforts of one local individual who made a tremendous impact here in Henderson County in the past school year. This past school year, Junior Achievement served 81 classrooms, reaching 1,900 students here in Henderson County alone. JA volunteers provided in excess of 11,000 hours of instructional time, teaching concepts of financial literacy, work readiness, soft skills, and entrepreneurship. We're excited to expand our partnership to add an additional entire grade level this upcoming school year. That'll put us in approximately 95 classrooms here in Henderson. We continue to greatly appreciate and value our partnership with our local school system. Today I'm presenting the President's Volunteer Service Award. It is a prestigious national honor that comes from the White House in recognition of sustained volunteer service. It was established in 2003 under George W. Bush and now continuing under President Obama. The President's Volunteer Service Award gives presidential recognition to individuals, families, and groups who have demonstrated a sustained commitment to volunteer service each year. In continuing these awards, President Obama said, "The best way to not feel hopeless is to get up and do something. Don't wait for good things to happen to you. If you go out and make some good things happen, you will fill the world with hope. You will fill yourself with hope." On behalf of President Obama and the members of the President's Council on Service and Civic Participation, it is my honor tonight to recognize the valuable contributions of Ms. Kathy Backer from TNG Heating and Air. Kathy provided over 100 hours personally to Junior Achievement here in Henderson. We've got a medallion here for you. Also, black. This is your letter signed by President Biden. Thank you very much, Kathy.
And while Matt's having a seat, I would just like to say, I would like to recognize him as our community partner. He's dedicated himself to be the chairman junior achievement for Henderson County Schools. He's done a phenomenal job. We have one of the strongest programs in the state, and it's because of the dedication of our community partners here in Henderson. Many of you, I see our principals nodding your heads because you know those volunteers that have come in to your schools and provided that curriculum that's been very important. I mentioned that also because if you would like to just stay in touch with our schools, we welcome you as a volunteer. I'm sure that we'll have some positions available for the next semester, and we would certainly like to add you to that roster. If you haven't gotten an email in a while, feel free to contact me at the board office, and I will make contact for you. So thank you, and thank you, Matt.
Moving right, you can stay up there, Ms. Gibson. The next one is State Farm Insurance.
Yes, this is a presentation from State Farm Insurance. I was contacted several months back by Ann Thrasher Boyd, and I would like for you and the other agents to come on up, and she will introduce them. And as y'all are coming up, also the two school principals are Chrissy Sandifer and Brandy Haley, and Family Resource Center Coordinator Mackenzie Windhouse. Y'all would all come up, please. As I mentioned, Ann contacted me several months back and wanting State Farm Insurance Agency to make a contribution to a very needy cause in Henderson County, and I'll let you take it from there.
We were contacted by some leadership above the local agency level, and they said they had some money to give away, and could we think of anything to possibly give it to? And so the agents, we all brainstormed, and one of the topics that came up is hunger, and the fact that no one should ever be hungry. And so that kind of hit a spot in our hearts, and so we reached out to Nancy to see how we could possibly do that, and we applied for a grant for the backpack program, and we were able to get that. And with me this evening is Chris Trammell, Shane Bogus, and Al Beatty, and we are proud representatives of State Farm, and we are very proud to be able to give this money to the schools.
Thank you so much, State Farm, and this is a contribution to the Family Resource Center at Jefferson and at A.B. Chandler. Those are the two centers that Mackenzie oversees. So thank you very much. And if you didn't see the amount on the check, it's for $2,500. Thank you very much.
And we do have to give volunteer time, which we're going to do. We haven't done yet, but we had to give our time as well as the money, so we still have to do that, guys. We promise.
Thank you.
What's next? I'll try my
There you go. Big tip.
Okay, the last part of our public participation is Mr. Greg Hunziker is the only one who's filled out. If anyone else want to speak to the public or speak to the board besides you this evening? If not, Mr. Greg, come on up.
All right, thank you for giving me time, board. Thank you very much. In today's society, with the events all going around us, with the election coming up, with everything's happening, we all need prayers, especially our school. If you don't mind tonight, Lord, we'll pray. And our Heavenly Father, Lord, we thank you very much for giving us another day. And Lord, as the events come around, please watch over us. Be in charge of not only our schools, but our district, our state, our region, and Lord, especially our country. And Lord, we're asking you to bless all of us. We need to also remember that we need to keep our eyes focused on you. And Lord, for whatever you do, Lord, watch out for our children, and please bless them. We ask these things in Jesus' name. Amen.
Thank you, Mr. Gray. Moving on, we need to approve the minutes from the prior meeting. Has everyone had a chance to review those minutes? Are there any changes or additions? Hearing none, I'll look for a motion to approve the minutes as listed. Thank you, Ms. Tracy. Do I hear a second? Thank you, Mr. Braddock. All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carried. Thank you all very much. Any committee reports this evening, Ms. Morgan? Okay, thank you very much. Moving on to reports preschool grant update, Ms. Ginger.
Delma B. Johnson was awarded recently a $150,000 grant from the Preschool Partnership Grant through the state.
Okay. We currently service 432 students that are 3 and 4 years old. This is more students than we've had since the center opened, and we're doing it with less staff than we've ever had. We have 12 classrooms right now that currently service 2 sessions. One session runs from 7:30 to 10:30, and the second session runs from 12 to 3. We have 2 Head Start classrooms. They're full-day programs. They run from 7:30 to 3, and they serve 3-year-olds in one classroom and 4-year-olds in the second classroom. We also have 2 transition classrooms in our building, which service our more intense special needs students. We have 2 child care classrooms in there as well. We experienced budget cuts between last year and starting this year of $264,000 in our state care and preschool funding, which resulted in the loss of about 9 program assistants. This had a pretty good impact on the quality of classroom instruction and assistance that we could provide our students and our teachers and our families. Having 2 program assistants in our classroom is critical to the high quality if we want to keep the level of quality that we've had in our class. This grant that we've received is going to allow us to hire 9 positions by January 2017. This ensures that the high quality that is expected and that we want to provide our families is going to be able to be carried forward. These 9 new employees will be hired and trained to provide additional support to students, assist teachers in the classroom, provide activities with our families and outside of our school building, and assist with family programming. Some things that they'll be doing will be assisting us with summer reading in the park. That grew this year from 7 sessions in the summer to 14 sessions. We were doing with 1 park, and we ended up doing 2 parks, so we did a Tuesday and a Thursday. Our partners on that include the Parks and Recreation Department, Early Childhood Council, the Public Library, and now the Tier 2 grant. We also have our 6 Born Learning Parent Academies. We have monthly family activities for a variety of, we have ELL lunch bunches, we did a parent needs survey, we have behavior lunch bunches, we have families that want to do routines, we have families that need help with hygiene in the home. We have a variety of family services that we're offering that are in addition to what we're doing at our school. We also have our 4C Play and Learn on Fridays, which is community coordinated child care. These assistants will be helping us with this program as well as going to private daycares, and they'll be providing activities through this grant to the private daycares to help ensure that they will be able to meet the All-Star rating, which is new in Kentucky this year, at least a level 3. They'll also be giving us assistance with our ELL families. This grant had to demonstrate that we were utilizing community partnerships. We service approximately 40 families in our Toyota Born Learning. This is our 3rd year to do this. United Way, the Venture Grant, and now the Tier 2 grant help us with this. Summer reading includes the Parks Department and the local farmers market. We added that this year. So in addition to the 14 days that we're doing, where we fed approximately 130 people every day, and on the Tuesday and the Thursday. We also went to the local farmers market for 5 nights and provided family literacy, and we did a little bit of math on one night at the farmers market. This included, again, the Early Childhood Council, the District Health Department, the local farmers market, and now this grant. The new hires will be trained on how to provide information about literacy and parent and child play, motor development. They'll be able to help with developmental screenings from birth to 5, and they'll also be able to attend the local and private child cares to help us with developmentally appropriate practice there. This grant will help us distribute information to families and the community regarding services available at TBJ to help ensure that all Henderson County families are aware of the support services available. We have about 150 kids that we're not getting our hands on right now. We're going to put brochures in doctors and dentist office and child care centers. We're going to use the Henderson County and the TBJ websites. We're going to put a promotion together for Showplay Cinemas to play during the previews. Channel 12, the TV programs there, social media, WNIN will also be partners with us in that. Our kindergarten readiness data for last year put us a little bit ahead of the state. The state average for kids that were kindergarten ready was 50.1%. For Henderson County, when we looked at all the kids coming in that were ready for kindergarten, it was 51.1%. When we got a little deeper and pulled out just the kids that went to Thelma B. Johnson, we were at 53.1%. And 96% of those 53.1% kids were free and reduced lunch. So they lived in some impoverished conditions. We monitor right now 52 early childhood standards just about daily in our classrooms. And we also measure growth using Teaching Strategies Go. These assistants are going to be able to help us collect that data, measure that data, and provide activities that are going to help us help the kids meet those. We had 97% of our students meet or exceed their expected growth development in social emotional. We had 94% meet or exceed their physical growth development, and we had language development, cognition, literacy, and mathematics. 98% of our kids met or exceeded where we wanted them to be by the time they left. So these numbers illustrate the strong academic, social, emotional, and physical development programs in place at our center. This grant will allow us to continue to make a positive impact and provide high-quality programming. And the multiple partnerships that we've established are going to help us ensure that this is going to be able to continue for a long time to come.
Thank you very much, Ms. Chambers. As Margina said earlier, great things going on in Henderson County Schools and great things going on in this building right behind us. So we appreciate everything you've done, and we are so appreciative of the grant money. Yes, ma'am. Go right ahead.
The grant for $150,000 that we received was a competitive grant. It wasn't a grant that you just would write to the state and then you would get your money. And so not all the districts were as successful as we were in securing that money. And so, Ginger, Ms. Ashby, I just want to say how much we appreciate your leadership and the work that you're doing for us at the Thelma B. Johnson. I enjoyed spending the morning with you that morning and learning more about it. Extra hands will be helpful, but it's more than just hiring more people. You heard all the other things that grant will continue to help our families and our young kids get ready for kindergarten. It's good stuff happening.
Yes,
Thanks.
Moving on to Spotsville Elementary update. Ms. Margina.
Sure. Spotsville Elementary, I've talked with John Hagan Codell on the phone a couple times last week and once again today. We have all of the contracts signed, and they have to be signed by 3 different signatures. The owner, I have to sign it, Codell has to sign it, then the contractor has to sign it. All has to be sent to the State Department. All of that has been completed for every one of those bid items. Along with that, they have to show all of their liability insurance, they have to show their reassurances, all their background checks. All of that's been completed. All of that's been sent to AE. When I talked with John Hagan Codell this morning, he felt like next Wednesday, the 26th, would be the first meeting scheduled out at Spotsville. They considered a pre-construction meeting, but at that point, we should also see trailers arrive on site where the construction manager and then the general contractor and all of his folks will set up camp while the construction is going on. So we'll see some movement next week as far as they're kind of, stabilizing, I think is the word he said to me today, the site and getting everybody on to get started. He said within a few weeks, the initial pre-construction meeting will happen and you'll see dirt moving. So we'll continue to monitor that. The construction manager from Codell, Joy, he's been here a few times with Neil in the past. He has already been out there throughout the whole summer and as school started. And he's kind of had camp. I think Ms. Watson, his little office has been off of the gym and a custodial closet. But now that full construction is going to start, they'll move their trailers in and have more of a permanent location. So they're on their way. Everything has been signed, sealed, delivered. Moving forward.
That's all good. Members, anyone have a question?
Not a question, just a comment. A second grader asked me last week, she said, what did you do with all those big tractors? And I said, well, she said, are we just not going to do a new school now? Because, you know, it was kind of bustling out there, and then all of a sudden they just stopped. That's what she said. She said, they just stopped. And I said, well, we're just kind of, you know, have a couple things we have to get taken care of. So I would be sure to call her tomorrow and let her know that to be watched. But yes, to be, well, no, because then she would be paying attention. So, yes, but I will tell her when her mom picks her up to be sure to look.
Board members, any other questions or comments? After the delays that we experienced, that is wonderful news, and so Codell, we really appreciate them bumping it up and speeding it up a little bit. That's great news. Moving on to old business, we have a second reading of policies, chapters 6, 7, 8, and 9.
Sure, Madam Chair, I request the approval of the second reading of the policies listed. In our September meeting, you all did a first reading. The only question I remember at that point was about transportation. Mr. Corsi was here and was able to answer that one about cell phones. Nothing in any of the policies have changed between the first reading and between now. And so I'm just requesting a motion to approve the policies in chapters 6, 7, 8, and 9.
Board members, any questions? Hearing none, I look for a motion to approve the second reading of policies 6, 7, 8, and 9 as listed. Thank you, Mr. Brad. I'll second that. All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carried. Second reading approved. Moving on to, where do you have tonight? Proclamation for Safe Schools Week.
Sure, I'd like to request the board support a proclamation. This is Safe Schools Week across Kentucky, and Henderson County School embraces the theme, which is Be a Hero, Stop the Bullying. And so whereas schools have substantial contributions to the future of America and to the development of our nation's young people as knowledgeable, responsible, and productive citizens, and whereas excellence in education is dependent on safe, secure, and peaceful school settings, and whereas the safety and well-being of many students, teachers, and school staff are unnecessarily jeopardized by crime and violence, such as substance abuse, gangs, bullying, poor discipline, vandalism, and absenteeism in schools, and whereas all leaders, especially those in education, law enforcement, government, and business, should eagerly collaborate with each other to focus public attention on school safety and identify, develop, and promote answers to these critical issues. And whereas numerous schools and school districts throughout the county, along with national programs, are among those innovative answers. And whereas the observance of Safe School Week encourages students, parents, educators, and our community to get involved in school safety issues, highlighting bully prevention activities themed as Be the Hero, Stop the Bullying, to promote safe and secure learning climates. Therefore, we do proclaim October 16th through 22nd as Safe School Weeks and encourage all fraternal, legal, government, and professional associations students, and educators in America's school to formally adopt similar resolutions and proclamations so that we may enthusiastically work together to make our schools safe, secure, and peaceful places for learning, teaching, and working, drug-free, alcohol, weapons, and fearful-free. I request the board to acknowledge the proclamation and support our theme of Be the Hero and Stop the Bullying in the Henderson County Schools.
I'd like to make the motion that we approve this proclamation for all of our schools to be safe, and all of our teachers in our school and our children to be safe. So I hear a second to that motion. Thank you, Ms. Tracy. All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Glad to make that motion carry. Thank you, ma'am. Moving on to consent agenda, adopt retirees resolution, approve school activity fund, fundraiser request, approve student overnight trip request, approve bid recommendations, approve shortened school day for 2 special education students, and approve the technology surplus. Are there any questions or items that need to be pulled? Hearing none, I'll look for a motion to approve the consent agenda as listed. Thank you, Ms. Tracy. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Thank you, Ms. Jennifer. All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carried. Consent agenda approved. Moving on to financial. Treasurer's report, Ms. Cindy Cotier.
Okay, the treasurer's report for the month of September included total receipts of $3,960,973. In total expenses of $5,546,368. For net decrease in all funds of $1,585,395, which is typical for this time of year because we haven't started receiving our tax receipts yet in November. Any questions?
Madam Chair, members of the board, I request approval on the treasurer's report as presented by Cindy Cotier.
We will look for a motion to approve the paid warrants. I'm sorry, approve the treasurer's report, excuse me. Thank you, Mr. Brad. I'll second that. All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carried. Treasurer's report approved. Now moving on to the paid warrants. Also, Ms. Cindy.
Okay, the paid warrant report covers the period of September 20th through October 17th. A couple of payments I'll point out. Payment to CDW for computers, $319,281.48. Golden Food Service for food supplies, $140,956.99. Bluegrass International Trucks for a handicap bus that was paid from preschool funds, $87,768. Prairie Farms Dairy for milk, $54,456.70. Petroleum Traders for diesel fuel, $43,425.82. Illinois IT Solutions for $22,215.99. And Kiwi for workers' comp insurance, $21,596.37. For total paid warrants for this period of $2,667,072.30. Any questions on the paid warrant?
Madam Chair, members of the board, I request your approval for the paid warrant report as presented by Ms. Cindy Cotier.
Thank you. I'm looking for a motion to approve the paid warrant and pay the bills. Thank you, Ms. Tracy. Do I hear a second? Thank you, Ms. Jennifer. All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carried. Please pay the bills, Ms. Cindy. Personnel actions, let it be known that personnel actions have been given to the board for review. And thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for coming. We will be moving into executive session shortly. Appreciate all of your coming and good school board meeting. Thanks for all the positive stuff about the teachers. We need a motion to go into executive session.